With Washington state now seeing the highest increase in overdose deaths nationwide, local drug task forces find themselves in a seemingly endless battle to keep fentanyl off the streets. 16 separate drug task forces in western Washington get a large portion of their funding from the U.S. Department of Justice in what's called the Byrne Memorial Justice Assistant Grant, or Byrne JAG funding. It's $1.5 million in federal grant money, but the Washington State Department of Commerce determines where it goes. For the past 30 years, it's gone to law enforcement to try and stem the flow of illegal drugs. But for the first time, the department is now considering changes to the way the money is spent.
It's unfortunate. It's something that we're struggling to understand.
Tobin Meyer, chief criminal deputy with the Skagit County Sheriff's Office, says Byrne JAG funding for smaller agencies like his is critical. The Skagit County Interlocal Drug Enforcement Unit gets about a third of its funding from the Byrne JAG's grant, and just last month, it seized 500,000 fentanyl pills, along with other drugs.
We've not really been given an opportunity to come to the table and discuss any of this with the policymakers and come to a consensus or a solution that works for everybody.
A State Department of Commerce spokesperson tells us it's considering changes to identify the highest and best use of these funds in the context of evolving community safety needs. The grant itself is named after Edward Byrne, a New York City police officer murdered while working a drug case. The money was always meant for police, and Meyer believes it should stay that way.
The impact of this drug epidemic that we have here in the state, as a drug task force commander, having to try to advocate for funding in the middle of that is counterintuitive, and it boggles my mind, honestly, at this point.
So a state advisory committee is now going through all of the public comment it's received. I'm told it will come up with a list of who gets the grant money in the coming months. Among those in favor of shifting the funds is State Attorney General and candidate for governor Bob Ferguson. He wants some of the money to be used to protect election workers from extremists and political violence.